Alright guys, welcome to the complete course for finding jobs in Germany webinar. I'm super glad to have you all here. We have 15 people waiting. So let's see how things are going to look like in a while. Okay, so now the numbers are rising. So welcome everybody. First of all, let me know which cities are you joining in from, what is your name, give me some kind of introduction, and then we are going to jump into the webinar. It's Friday evening, so I can only think that people who are joining in right now must be super motivated for finding jobs and stuff, and maybe are struggling with that, because hey, nobody's doing that on a Friday night other than the people who are actually serious about their career. So I'm super happy to have you here. Now let's head over. Then I'm going to go to my iPad, and then we are going to keep writing some of the details. Okay, so I am having Nidhi here. She's from Darmstadt. Justin from Bremen. Cool. All right, so we have students joining in. Okay, Prini from Heidelberg. All right, Prini, you already have a job. I don't think you need to join this webinar right now. All right, guys, so we are going to first of all head into the webinar. We are going to take the questions that you have towards the end. Don't worry about it. 15 minutes every single time we have always dedicated for questions that you have. And this is going to be more, let's say, relevant to the students who are thinking about, coming to study in Germany and so on. Who are already studying in Germany and are graduating. So I'm going to turn off this live chat for now because boy, it's distracting with so many messages. Don't worry guys, we go through the webinar and then afterwards you still have any kind of questions, I'll be there. So then we are going to sit down together and discuss these things through. All right, so with the screen, my name is Bharat and I've done my management, so international management and engineering studies from Technical University of Hamburg. And in this webinar, we are going to take a look at a few of the trends about finding jobs in Germany and so on. What is the current scenario? Because all of you know that this IFO Beschäftigungsbarometer, so this entire employment index that you have, that kind of gives us evening for most of you guys. So if you're taking out time to watch this, then let's just do it properly instead of doing doing it half-heartedly. So let's take care of that. Okay, so whom is this webinar for? So that you don't waste your time, and maybe also then maybe things are not relevant to you. Now the students or professionals who have first of all, students who are outside Germany and are thinking about finding jobs directly in Germany, it is not recommended for them because in general, finding jobs directly after your studies in a foreign country in Germany, it's extremely difficult. So I wouldn't recommend that. And that's why, if you do not want to join this session, you can leave. That is not a problem. Then professionals who have less than 2 years of work experience. So you could be in any other country. If you have less than 2 years of work experience, finding jobs in Germany is again more difficult. So maybe this is not the right webinar for you. Now, whom is this webinar for? The first category would be professionals who are job seekers and are searching for employment from home countries with 2 to 5 years of work experience, or for students who are studying in Germany right now and are thinking about finding jobs, finding internships, or finding part-time jobs too. So all of that is already going to be covered in this one. So BSc or MSc, both of these are just fine, and doesn't matter if you are studying either of these, the job finding process is almost similar. All right, so then we have the programs, right? So because again, we are talking about the complete course for finding jobs in Germany, this course that we have. So for that, I'm going to already tell you, for the students who have less time, that for that we have two main programs. The first one is the intensive coaching plan where we have weekly group coachings. So the maximum size is only of 5 students. We never make it big, so that we have personal interaction with every single one of the student, and you can learn from each other and see what kind of things other candidates are doing wrong that you can maybe do better. The weekly group coachings will be happening for 1 month, and you will get support till the time you get a job contract in Germany. So there is no like, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Like generally his students are getting a job contract within 2 months. Nah? But even if it goes on longer and like, it's more difficult for you for any kind of reasons, or maybe you cannot like invest time right now and you want to like do it later, and you just want to like, get the course with this deal and maybe come back and think about the job search and everything afterwards, you can do that too. Nah? It's completely fine. You will get support till the time you have a job contract in Germany. The second one is the Kickstarter plan, where we do not have any kind of coaching sessions and we have 1 month of support. So what does 1 month of support mean? Document reviews, asking any kind of like questions you have via email, which will be provided to you in the course guidelines. So when you will come here to this thing, in the course guidelines here, the first one and like second, either of them, like we have the email address written there already, so that you can see which email address you have to use, because the bharat@bharatingermany.com, it doesn't really make sense at all. So Prini, one important thing, people who are like not interested in being in the webinar, you can remove them from the chat. Okay. So now let's go back to the screen. All right. So for those of you who are joining in new, the story kind of like, went for me, which was oscillating between India and Germany every single time. So I was born on 1st January 95. Then afterwards, I did my preschool from 97 to 99. Then I did my schooling and then entire IIT story. Did my BTech from DCRUST. It is a small university in Haryana. Did my IASS, this conference paper presentation in 2014. At that time, I met Alina, and then the third year ended. And along that time, like, I was able to spend more time with her, like get to know each other. And this was the time for my internship tour in Berlin. So everything went well, and BTech ended. So after the BTech ended, I started my master's in structural engineering in TUHH, but this did not really fit well because I recently realized that, I'm super interested in like doing more stuff with people. So I shifted the course, and I shifted the course from structural engineering to international management and engineering. So people who are doing EV, right? So internationales Wirtschaftsingenieurwesen. This is generally translated into international management and engineering in Germany. Then we had the second India meetup, and more people showed up. We had like, started our BiG Academy, where we have different kind of courses. So if you will go here on the main page, you will find a few different things. We had the complete course for studying in Germany, which is super popular right now. And we have like 4 or 5 enrollments almost every single day. Then we have the powerful presentation strategies in Germany and so on. Oh boy. Virendra, so first of all, like I said previously, please do not put any kind of super chat or anything whatsoever right now. We will be taking all of the questions that you have towards the end. Nah? All right. So we have an Indian's guide to surviving in Germany. So this is the free. So there are a bunch of different kind of things that you have here now, but all of that started like around 2018. We had the third India meetup, and after that I was finished with my master's, and I was starting my marketing consulting for German companies. So how do you figure out some kind of marketing campaigns, and how do you build them? How do you leverage different kind of social media platforms? How do you do email marketing and all of that stuff? And now we are fortunate enough to like, consult with these companies, and some of the major ones have been working with us for, more than like almost 6 months now. So this is all successful, and BiG then on the side became a secondary thing, but it is still very important for us. Now, the end goal. So the end goal for many of the students could be that, you want to successfully start working in Germany. Yes, I mean, it completely makes sense. Why would you put so much investment inside? Like, you're thinking about coming to Germany, you study here, you go through like 4 semesters, 5 semesters, 6 semesters for some people. And after that, you finally have this motivation that, studies are done now, and we are going to figure out how do we start working. And this is the part which has become difficult for a lot of people, especially because of Corona. And this is not a joke. I will tell you already. So there are 2 major things which are happening right now in the German job market. The first thing is the salaries have decreased for many people because companies are not able to keep the people in the same kind of capacity like they were able to do previously. Consumer confidence has gone down too. That means, like, if there would be some extra money lying around which the companies would be generating because the customers are extra happy and extra confident the next month they are still going to get their money, that is not happening. That is out of the question. So you have to like figure out, if you want to get a good job right now, how exactly do you approach the companies? What kind of companies do you approach? Where do you find those companies again? Because the biggest mistake that you could be doing right now is just thinking that everything that happens, let's say the entire story with jobs, is just, the job portals. Job portals or LinkedIn. That's the one thing that people get wrong. This is a very tiny portion of how you can start finding jobs. Now, and we are going to discuss the other options in this video too, in this live session too. Don't worry about it. So the previous course, like I said, was super successful. We have over 653 enrollments in the course. And if you take a look here, we have 572 members in the Facebook group. And we have, bi-weekly live Germany. They can come and enroll in the course and they can get the complete support. Or the people who do not want to take any kind of chances and want to like very safely get inside the job searching process and do not make any kind of mistakes or waste time from the starting. Because essentially the purpose of investing for any kind of like, online courses or like support or coaching whatsoever is that you do not waste time by making the same mistakes that some other person would be doing if they wouldn't have been enrolling in the course or taking the mentorship whatsoever. Now, that's the only thing. That's why I paid somebody. So when I was starting my marketing consulting business, because then of course you have to figure out how do you do email marketing better? Because like if you take money from some company, you cannot like give them substandard like quality or like services. No? So there I had to invest like 6,000 euros. But now when I think about it, like it easily made me money 10 times over. So that was not a problem. That was a good investment because I learned something and I could use those things to like earn money further. And the same is the thing with this course here. Regarding the jobs in Germany, like I said, the Beschäftigungsbarometer, which is the employment index, it was like rising, anywhere like till end of 2018. And then this entire CO2 emissions taxes and everything gets started on the German automakers and stuff, because of which it declined. In some sectors, service sector was still doing very well. So that was not a problem at all. And like computer science was doing fine. Mechanical engineering was hit. But then like it kind of stabilized. It was like going fine like from 2018 and onwards. But now what happened is after Corona, many people were thinking that this is going to just go back up. Now it is just going to like go back up right at the same point where it was previously. But that is not happening right now. This is November. So if you see this source here, I've like picked it up from November, and this is like almost trying to flat out, and it's trying to flat out at a lower employment index before, like, what was the story. So this is like, I don't think it's such a big concern, but like it is concern enough that you start sharpening up your skills and make sure that you're getting most kind of options for yourself, right? So that is like very, very important that you have to remember. Now, what is the story about jobs in Germany for most of the applicants? For most of the applicants, the same story is I applied to 500 different kind of companies. I've been applying since 2 months, 3 months whatsoever, and I haven't found any kind of job whatsoever. Which is, I mean, I can understand that, but like if you apply to 500 companies and you do a good job at applying at 500 companies, I think like you would be receiving at least, like 10, 20 different kind of responses. But if it was done half-heartedly, or if it was done in a way where you did not know the right techniques, like no wonder like nobody even responded. Because if you think about it, like job portals are where most of the people are concentrated who are just applying for jobs over and over again. And the worst thing is like they're being even more desperate right now. Because clearly, I mean, companies are not hiring as much as they were doing previously. So companies are receiving more applications and they do not even have the time to respond to many of them. Now, this shouldn't be the case. You shouldn't rely on one single thing. If anybody is into investing, you always know that if you're just putting all of your eggs in one single basket, you're doing not a smart move. That's why you have to diversify. You have to start looking at different kind of places. And I'm going to tell you what kind of places we will be looking at and what is the mindset behind it. So there are two different kind of mindsets, which you definitely always have to remember. The first one is the employee mindset, which is your mindset of thinking about, all right, I want to find a job now because I have done my master's, bachelor's, whatsoever, and I want to have my holidays. I want to have my holidays. I want to earn some money. I want to have safety and financial security, right? All good, not a problem at all. But think about it from the employer's mindset. So the employers think about these things very differently. For employers, the one thing that they 100% understand is that if they do not make any kind of money, if they do not generate sales, there is not going to be any business. So if there's no sales, there's no business, right? So not equal to, but equal to, no business. Very important thing that you have to remember. That means they're always thinking, if I have the 3,000 euros with me, and I have to give it to somebody so that they do some kind of work for me, am I going to give it to somebody who's super passionate about my business, who actually cares about my company, who actually cares about reading about the company before the interview so that, he can at least show that he is passionate, even at least showing is much, much better than having a complete plain, let's say, plain kind of interaction when you're going inside a job. Now, when I was in my this assistant structural engineering job in Hamburg, I read up on every single project that I could on the company where I was sitting for the interview. And that was very, very important because they were building a underground bridge from Germany to Denmark. And I was this is a super interesting project. Can you tell me what were the difficulties in these kind of projects and stuff like that? So it was very nice conversations. And that kind of told them that this person is passionate or motivated about at least learning more about the company. Now I recently had another interview. So this was my story, and I had an interview. So I was hiring. I'm looking forward to hiring 2 more people in the team at Brandeweis. So the first question that this this applicant asked me was, how many holidays do I get? What kind of nonsense? Really? If I'm sitting down in an interview with you and I'm thinking about hiring you and doing so much investment in you, the first question if you ask is, how many holidays do I get? I'm definitely not getting the feeling that you are the person who is going to be, super motivated to work for my business. That is not the feeling that I'm getting. So employers generally, they are super passionate about their business, because of course their life depends on it. If they do not make it work, everybody loses job. They lose money, their employees lose money, they lose their jobs, they lose their financial security. So all of that has to be kept together, and all of that happens when you understand the employer's mindset. And the employer's mindset is, if I have a fixed amount of capital, whom do I give this money? The person who has the maximum number of skills and is also passionate, or the person who is just having a nice resume whatsoever and is absolutely not passionate about my business. So again, very important distinction. Your CV, having a good CV or something, that does not translate directly to finding a good job. Absolutely not. Zero. That is the biggest myth that anybody has told you. I've been at the side of an employer, I've been at the side of an employee, and I can tell you over and over again that good CV is fine, but what employers look all the time is the person passionate about the business? How much homework did this person do about the business, and how do we find them as a person? So very, very important. I would even say if you're thinking about finding a job, the things that make the biggest impact, of course, other than your academics and stuff like that, is your motivation letter. Motivation letter, call it cover letter, whatsoever, and how you write the email. These are by far the biggest game changers when you're like inside the job market and you're thinking about finding different kind of jobs. And it's not just me, it's also like the companies I work with, the other CEOs that I talk to. And when we talk about hiring somebody, because sometimes I have to take opinion that, hey, for example, Dom, like I don't understand, like, I have these kind of like options. What do you think? This person was like this person was like this. How do you generally solve this problem? And then we like discuss about these things. And I've done this like with multiple people. So the employer's mindset is the same in any kind of company that you're going for. And this is what you have to remember, that they're looking for a good investment in people. Once you understand that, you can see what kind of, places you can find these employers. So there are different kind of places. So first of all, you have the standard job portals, right? You have Stepstone and stuff. For example, I can like quickly even show you. So Stepstone is fine. Now, many people say like this is one of the best job portals that you have. And there's a reason behind it. And the reason behind it is that they charge a lot of money. Harshit is asking, what is your business? So my business is marketing consulting for other German companies. And that is on Brandewise. BiG is just a side thing that I'm doing right now. So why do Stepstones have like some of the most active, let's say, listings? And the reason behind it is they are charging 1,695 euros for an employer to keep the vacancy up on the website. It is crazy. So you have to like definitely remember this, and you have to think that this is something that the employers are paying so that they can get a response from you, right? If they're actively investing so much money inside, of course they are going to like, be more responsive, and this is only going to be for 30 days. So Stepstone, yeah, like, it's fine. This is one place where you can start taking a look at different kind of employers. Then you have other networking websites like LinkedIn, Xing. Xing is still like overrated. So Xing is relevant in some kind of places. So if you're taking a look in more, let's say, civil engineering and architecture stuff, then of course, civil engineer, this Xing is interesting. But if you're taking a look at just standard management stuff or like more academic side, then LinkedIn is still more relevant. And there are like proper studies behind these things, like what kind of vacancies are more on what kind of platforms. So all of that, like we also like discussed here already. Now, where do you find the company's websites, different kind of lists and stuff? How do you apply to the hidden job market in Germany? So what is the story of the hidden job market, right? Because of course, like we talk a lot more about it. So the hidden job market. Hidden job market is essentially the places which are referred, referred or like, just given out internally. Let's say somebody knows somebody who is very good at doing something. So the CEO sends out an email broadcast. So not even a so CEO generally doesn't do it. Maybe the secretary does it. And they ask like, do you know somebody? Do you know somebody who is doing X, Y, Z? Then maybe they will find somebody right away. But if they wouldn't, these employees are going to start looking, and the employees are going to refer one of their friends, one of their like colleagues, one of their, let's say, old people, batchmates, batchmates from the university where they studied. They refer it to the CEO. And when they do that, there's the inherent like trust which is inside there. Because this person, CEO thinks, okay, I have given this person a job. For example, recently, the third hiring that we did at Brandewise, that was from word of mouth. I asked one of my employees, do you know somebody? He was like, yeah, I know this. And I was like, all right, like, what is the point of like even putting up the vacancy? And I'm telling you all of this as an employer who has hired people and has been talking to other people who are also like, hiring people and having their own businesses. And this is the easiest way for us, because if you think about it, now think I'm like, going to, let's say, Stepstone, and I'm paying 1,700 euros. Like for some people, Farid Hamidov is saying, I think we call this vitamin B. Exactly. You call it vitamin B, but there's a lot more to it. You got it right, Farid. Now, if you think about it, like for some people, like I would, instead of like wasting 1,700 euros here, I would rather invest that money directly in a person. I would like think about giving some kind of bonuses or something when the year is ending, or I'm going to just like think of it as one person's netto income, right? For 1 month or something. So this is how things work. And with this trust, the CEO is not going to go ahead and, think about putting different kind of job listings and stuff like that online. That's the entire logic. Like, I hope it makes sense to you. Nah? If it makes sense, give it a like. Let me know that you can understand what I'm talking about. And this is all common sense. The thing is, like, businesses are also like human beings, right? They also have their preferences. They also make a very balanced decision in sense of, should I waste this money essentially in this place? Would it bring more kind of like, income back, or would it generate more revenue or something? Or would it be just an absolute waste? So you have to definitely like remember this, that this is the reason like this entire hidden job market works. Now, how do you actually tap in? Because not everybody has, let's say, friends. Nah? Not everybody has friends. But do you have batchmates? Of course, everybody has batchmates. Have you studied in a university? Of course, you've studied in a university when you're applying for jobs in Germany. Now, do you have professors or something who have done different kind of projects with different kind of companies? Of course, you've done that. So don't think that you don't have an existing network already. You always have. As long as you have been in the same group with a set number of people, you have a network. Even though it is very weak because you haven't put effort inside, you haven't put effort inside in learning these kind of things. But it is still, needless to say, something that you still have around you, which you can, use to like get some jobs whatsoever. And all of that, for example, these kind of things are super relevant for networking platforms. So networking platforms like LinkedIn and stuff, where you can see who has studied and what kind of like university and blah blah. And this is how you can like also enter the hidden job market. So hidden job market doesn't essentially have to be you finding a list of companies and writing them emails every here and there, but it could also be as simple as that. You reaching out to your older batchmates and university alumni, professors and stuff, and finding some kind of context, because again, what you understand is the entire hidden job market thing, that is based on context, right? Can I give a reason? Can I give a reason to contact this person so that I can ask him, is there some kind of like job openings or something in your particular company? If you have a reason, if you have a context, that's all you need. Everything else is covered, right? So let's get back. So the things which are covered in the course, of course, taxation system, where to find jobs, job portals, networking platforms, hidden job market, step-by-step processes, following up techniques, interview strategies, and contract negotiations. Again, man, like this is crazy. The kind of people who think that, so job contract negotiation, negotiation. This doesn't mean money only. Negotiations could be done in so many different kind of ways, but you have to see like when to approach with what kind of negotiation or like what kind of counter proposal, right? Like we have done it over and over again because we work with other companies and we have to send them proposals, and then we have to like go back and forth and come to a middle ground where it fits both of the part kind of things. But you have to remember, where does it make sense? So the hidden job market, right? Let's talk about it. Now here, the 70% of the people are the 70% of the vacancies are actually, filled directly with the hidden job market. So around 70%, 65% to be exact, according to this graphic. Now this happens because of like, more attention generally. Like even if you don't have any kind of like, friends or something, even if you're just showing up in the inbox of the company or inbox of the recruiter, you're already like steps ahead of any other person who is like, not even thinking about it. Now, one thing that you definitely need when you're, let's say, doing these cold approaches, right? Cold approach means you don't know that person or that company previously, and you're like still sending them email, you're calling them or something, or like you're writing one of the employees on LinkedIn. You need really good writing skills, and in marketing terms, it is called copywriting. So anybody who has ever received any kind of email from us, like you would know that we are really good at copywriting. No? But again, like we learned it by like, after writing over months and months and months, and like investing in programs. Like I told you, like the marketing program that I enrolled for previously, that was 6,000 euros, but it served us well. Like it was something that helped me increase my skills, and it also like helped Prini. So again, like when she was like starting to work with us, she was also like learning these kind of things, and it helped both of us. So these kind of investments are important, but again, you don't have to like learn the entire copywriting skill. We can directly give you the templates which work the best, so that you can use them, and then you can go ahead and you can you don't have to waste so much time in just like going into the science of copywriting and everything. No? You can just directly take what we have and like go ahead from there, and that's the point of the course. Now, the hidden job market is essentially looking beyond job portals and LinkedIn, and you can find list of 1,000 plus companies. And now, how do you find list of 1,000 plus companies? There are multiple different ways, but one of the things that many people kind of completely ignore, and which I'm already like going to tell you here too, is the Chamber of Commerce. So Germany's Chamber of Commerce, you will have so many companies there where you can like directly start approaching them. And again, this is a tip that nobody will tell you. But even if you don't enroll in the course, already keep that in mind, that you have to be creative, right? For us, like it is easy. Like I make YouTube videos, and I work with different kind of companies. I do marketing consulting. I have to be creative. If I'm not creative, like the business is screwed. So we come up with these kind of ideas, and as long as you are also creative and you think about the solution to your problem in a better way, you'll be just fine. Now for us, like, coming up with this list of 1,000 plus companies was a creative way of thinking, all right, like what if we just directly think about taking a look at the Handelsregister, which is again publicly available to everybody. So that worked just fine. Now you need strong email copies, which definitely catch attention. You also need the right people whom you should write to. In smaller companies, of course, you can write to the CEOs and stuff. It is just fine, but it is still better to see who is the correct contact person for you. Now, you also have to apply to companies generally which do not have any kind of openings. You see on the website, all right, this company has no openings whatsoever. Should I still apply? And the answer to that every single time, without any kind of doubt, is you should still apply. You have no idea. When I was applying for my internship, and I was applying for my internship from India. No? It was a full-time internship for 3 months. And companies generally do not hire people from third world countries, mainly because there is a lot of like visa work, paperwork, which is coming right with this person. And they have to like decide, does it make sense for them to like kind of take so much headache and like, do the paperwork for this guy? Or should we just go ahead and get somebody like from our own country? But this company to whom I applied to, this was Schleichberger & Partner in Berlin. I applied 3 times to this company and I got rejected every single time, and there was no vacancy available online. They were like, yo, we don't have any vacancy whatsoever. But I was applying every 2 months again and again because I really loved the projects that they were doing. And towards the end, they were like, all right, we have this place here and here, and you can go ahead and you can join with us at this and this time and this month. So like from June 2015, I started working with them and it was all fine. So anytime you have a doubt, like should you apply to companies which do not have any vacancy, do it. This is something which will make you stand out, because this shows self-initiative. One thing which is like, I can tell you from my experience of like, seeing a lot of applications for internships, for full-time positions and so on. That thing is, most people lack self-initiative. Self-initiative is essentially just thinking that, hey, I have, this is my dream company in which I want to work. And I understand that maybe this company doesn't have any kind of job openings right now. But if I write to the right person and I do the first effort on my part, maybe it is going to, work out better. Because think about it. Now, think about the first effort part, right? So when you are applying at job portals, who has done the first effort? The companies. The companies have already done the first effort and they have put up the vacancy and everything. Now, so that you can go ahead and apply to that vacancy. But if you're going through the hidden job market, let's say, and like you're doing cold approaches, or like you're sending out the unsolicited applications, who is doing the first effort here? It's you. No? You are doing the first effort here. And this shows self-initiative. And this is like one of the most underrated things amongst employees, which they don't understand, that like if you're showing some kind of self-initiative, the companies are always going to appreciate. And you should definitely like, keep this in mind. Now, if you think about enrolling in the course, I'm going to go into the details now. If you land, for example, even a 50,000 euro job after the course now, or like you get a good internship for 1,500 euros a month, which actually happened. So I'm going to like quickly show you the testimonial of the student who was in the course and got an internship for 1,500 euros with just 2 months. Within 2 months, he was able to find that.
Hi everyone, my name is Paresh and I am currently studying in 4th semester of my master's program at Technische Hochschule Rosenheim. I completed all my subjects and master project in first 3 semesters only, and I was looking for an internship to improve my profile. But as you know, it is not an easy task, and additionally Corona has made the situation even worse. I was applying for almost 3 months and I could not find any internships, so that's when I started searching for help. During this time I came across one seminar from Bharat regarding finding jobs in Germany, and then I enrolled for his course for finding jobs in Germany. The course has been really helpful for me. It has helped me with all the documents and the applications and writing emails, everything. In the beginning it also explains why Germany and how the tax system works, so it was very informative for me. And on top of that, Bharat has been really helpful, so he suggested me to have video meetings with him, and we have had like 3 video meetings until now. And yeah, he also suggested me how to prepare for interview, which type of questions could be asked, how to answer them, how to be up to date with the company profile, and what searches I have to do before the interview. So his assistance with interview preparation was the highlight for me of the entire course. I was able to secure an internship, and I am very thankful for all the help and support from Bharat during this time. And yeah, I wish all of you all the best for your future, and stay safe. Bye-bye.
So that was Paresh. That was like one of my more successful students, because we were able to like directly get a job for him. Other students, like, they enroll in the course and they're like, yeah, I've enrolled in the course already and I can just like start the process anytime I want. But like Paresh was super motivated. And when he was motivated, I was like, I have to make sure that this guy gets a really nice internship as soon as possible. And that worked out very well for us. So this is like, one of the case studies that we had. Behind the course, we have these kind of like, video lessons which are available for you, which you can like watch anytime you want. And this is like one of the most like concentrated and just absolute, let's say, value-filled lessons that you will find. And you can like use them over and over again. So there's like no limits. You have lifetime access to the course, no matter what kind of plan you choose. You also don't have to be from a specific nationality. It doesn't matter what kind of nationality you're from. As long as you'd like to work in Germany, you can enroll in the course, train yourself, and get a job more easily than 99% of the other applicants. Then we have 2 plans like I was talking about. The first one is the intensive coaching plan. So where as soon as you enroll in the course, we come up with the final dates and we tell you that, okay, we are going to have the weekly live group coachings for 1 month from this particular week. And this will be the day and so on. No? And this never happens like with more than 5 students. We want to keep the group small. We have also some kind of homework that you have to do. For example, when we give you a copy of an email to write. So you're going to write that copy and you're going to present it in the live session, and I'm going to go through it and we are going to like, make it better for you, so that I don't give you the fish, I also like teach you how to fish. And that is the entire point, because once you learn these things, then it will be a lot more easier for you to like, utilize the same skills over and over again. The second thing that we offer is unlimited document reviews. So no matter like how many times you want us to like look over something, we are going to do that. And the third is like we support you till the time you get a job contract in Germany. So it's not like, yeah, we just do it for 1 month and like it's done and look for the job on your own, and we don't like help you out afterwards. But like we do that, like we actually help you out till the time you get a job contract. And once you get a job contract, at least like we are happy to know that you are now set. You don't have any kind of worries whatsoever. And when that happens, like if you are happy, then we are happy, of course. Like, that's how the most businesses work. If the customers aren't happy, then the business can only run that long. So the plan second that we have is the Kickstarter plan. Here we have no coaching sessions, and we have 3 document reviews, and we have 1 month support. And this is mainly because at the price range we are offering the Kickstarter plan, we cannot cover up the cost of like, giving you unlimited like document reviews and all the support like till you get a job contract. Because as a business, again, we have overhead costs and everything, and we have to take care of all of that. And with Kickstarter plan, it is not possible. With intensive coaching plan, so if you come here down at the bottom, you're going to find different kind of like, coaching, these course plans. The first one is the intensive coaching plan. So here you can like read more details about it. The same things are written like we have in the so in this slide here. Then we have the Kickstarter plan, which is for 597. Then we have the payment plan. So the payment plan is only for the Kickstarter plan and not for the intensive coaching plan, mainly because with the intensive coaching plan we have the one-on-one element, right? So like if somebody just like pays for the installment for 1 month, and like we have had those kind of experiences too, they just pay for this is the reason that we do not have the payment plan for the intensive coaching part, but for the Kickstarter plan where you are doing most of the work on your own with support from us for 1 month, that you can also like pay via payment plan. Now, if you have some kind of like, German bank account or something, so German banks which have the VPay cards, so of course VPay cards, if you know already, they don't work for online purchases and stuff. Now, so like this could be either done via Überweisung, so we will have to send you the invoice and bank details and stuff for that. So you can contact us for that at bharat@bharatingermany.com, or if you want to like enroll via PayPal, there's an additional €30 fee there, because like PayPal also like costs extra, so they charge from us like almost like 29 or something euros. So to be on the safer side, we have like the €30 service fee there. But for Überweisung and stuff, there is like no extra service fee. So this is how the plans look like, and we have the 150 euros coupon discount on both of the plans, right? So you can find the coupons and everything here directly on the page. It is listed down. There's also a countdown timer so that you know like how much time you have left for enrolling in the course. You can take a look at the testimonial from Paresh again, and you have the frequently asked questions, which are also like already like put together here, right? All right, so now we are going to go ahead and jump into the questions. Let's take a look at Kash's question. We say IT has good scope in Germany, but why can't I see any openings for database administrator on LinkedIn, Zing, Stepstone? I'm a bit confused. So very important thing. First of all, whatever kind of like, job designations you have, they could come in variety. So instead of like, having the one single, let's say, version, which is like database administrator, see like what kind of like other more relevant vacancies or job postings could be there. Now you can do this from multiple different kind of ways. You can take a look at what kind of like, similar subjects are there, what kind of related fields are there. Now, as a civil engineer, I can like only tell you that if you're thinking about bridge engineering, you say like, I'm only going to go for openings which say bridge engineering. That is absolutely utter nonsense, mainly because you can also go for bridge engineering kind of jobs when you're just applying for a structural engineer position. Now, so you have to be more open there, and you have to see what kind of like relevant positions could be opening up in that particular field. So that was Kash's question. All right, so I think let's take a look at some of more. Farid Hamidov is saying, sorry, maybe you will see my question after PPT. I will watch the video. Okay. I want to find a job in Germany directly after my bachelor's, automation engineering, 1.7 CGPA, no experience, test of C1.2. That's actually very nice. Farid, you can do that. Like, I mean, if I can guess that you're studying in Germany, so I think definitely not a problem. All right, so Ferokt is saying, I'm coming to Heidelberg University this summer term by Erasmus program, planning to find junior Android developer position. Should I know German, and do you have any suggestions for me? So Ferokt, one important thing is like for most of the CSE and IT jobs, you know, like you do not essentially need a lot of German proficiency, but it is definitely like, you know, recommended. And then for these kind of positions, I would definitely say also take a look at, let's say, some kind of platforms which are more into, you know, CSE or IT. These could be some of the associations, some kind of conferences whatsoever. See what kind of companies are participating in those kind of conferences and associations. For civil engineers, we had like, you know, our Civil Engineers Society in Germany. Or like we had the VDE. So this is called the Verband Deutscher Ingenieur. So Association of German Engineers. There we can also like find a lot of companies there. So you can take a look at that. Then Virendra is saying, please reply in my super chat. Virendra, can you please like post your question again? Because I see like that was deleted previously. Bharani is saying, currently I'm doing my master thesis. Should I start applying for a job now, or should I wait till I give defense? So Bharani, most important thing is that you don't wait till the very end. Because if you think that I'm just going to wait till the master thesis ends, this is going to leave you with a gap, and the gap could be like anywhere from like, you know, 2 months to 3 months. Like normally, this is what I've seen. I would personally say do things side by side. So never think that you're just going to focus on one particular task at one particular time. Okay, we have Justin writing, is it advisable for students already in Germany looking for internship roles in which they have no experience? Absolutely. The thing is, what you have to understand is just an internship pretty much means that. Internship means that you have like very less experience in one particular thing, and you want to like learn more about that field. So that's why you're also like generally paid less, you know. You're not getting like insane amounts of money during internships. So absolutely go for it. Why not? Any idea on operational and quality roles after MBA? Nope, Boina. So this is a super specific question, and like I'm not going to be the guy who will tell you like, yeah, I know everything. I know everything about my marketing field. I know about civil engineering field. This is something I cannot help you with. Ajinkya is saying, hi Bharat, thanks for this informative seminar. Could you please briefly give an insight about the contents of the motivation letter? As to what extent do I write about my career back in India? So Ajinkya, of course, like more details you can learn about it in the course. But for example, the career path back in India. So as long as it is relevant, and maybe you were having some kind of highlights, you know, from that, and maybe you have like lesser to talk about things which you have done in Germany already, then it could be a more sensible thing to talk more about the things which you have done in India. But otherwise, if you have done more things in Germany, then the things in India should take a backseat. Virendra is saying, okay, my CGPA is 6.8 and more active in research field of CFD and automotive product design with 15 plus. I'm not sure if I can get any English taught programs. So Virendra, with 6.8, it is definitely difficult, but we have recently collected the details for the data for the master's admit profiles for the year 2020. And we have seen people getting admit with 62%, 63%, and 64%. I think you fit just fine. I think is how much do I cover about my career here in Germany, right? So like I think we already discussed that. Bhuvan is saying, do recommendations from friends or seniors who are currently doing internship? Yes, absolutely, Bhuvan. So referrals, these are very, very underrated, man. Like you never know how many times, you know, you can easily get a place or easily get a job just because somebody referred you who is already working in the company. So Dhanva is saying, hello Bharat, I'm currently working in Genpact from past 3 months as technical support and sales position. I'm doing good here, but I want to work on Microsoft Power BI. I learned German till B1. I do not understand the questions, but like let me know. I'm a master's student in industrial engineering with aggregate 1.7 and German B1, but still face problem in getting internship. Guys, really important thing. B1 is nothing. Like, you cannot cry about not finding jobs like after B1, and especially in industrial engineering. So industrial engineering, you have a lot of stuff to do with the clients. Like my course, like roughly translated in like English, sometimes it's also like translated to industrial engineering. And like there's a reason I went to C1.2 and like, finished that up. And because I know like when I'm like finishing up with my masters and stuff, there are going to be companies which want me to deal with their clients. And if I cannot deal with their clients in German, then I'm not going to get the job. So this definitely has to be upgraded. In industrial engineering, it will be very difficult otherwise. So my CGPA is 6.8 and more active. Okay, so we already discussed that. Yeah. I have 3 years of experience in IT looking for jobs in LinkedIn. Is there any other benefit I may get if I come as a student apart from the 18 months visa? So yeah, there's only benefits and benefits. Like they understand the system that you have studied in. They understand the German universities and they understand the quality of it. They cannot do the same, for example, for somebody who is like, still in India, or like who has studied or worked in an Indian company, because for them, like making that comparison, if he's, let's say, equivalent to somebody who has, worked in XYZ place or who has studied in XYZ university in Germany, it's more difficult unless like it's super, let's say, renowned. So PS is saying, what will masters in management or CSE in Germany be worthwhile? Okay, so again, this is not related to the course. PS, we are not going to take up study related stuff here. Vinay is saying, hey Bharat, I'm currently doing my master's from RWTH, Aachen, Germany, and I'm really worried about German language skills. Will it really affect my job? So Vinay, the thing is, you have time, man. Like, I don't know why you are talking about this and like not actually working on this. I tell you, like from my experience, one thing that will be super, super helpful for you is going to be that you are just putting down hours on the side where you're just focusing on German language skills and you're doing nothing else. Because when you're in Germany, I tell you like one very, let's say, broad thumb of rule. If you have the German proficiency of anywhere from like C1 to C2, like, a solid B2 is also fine, but C1 to C2, like you can find jobs which your peers cannot, because they haven't invested the same kind of time in learning German. 100% it affects. Anybody who tells you no, because I see like, these other people on YouTube too who just say like, yeah, you can just find jobs in Germany with English, blah, blah. It's crazy difficult. Like it might work for a few people, but if you want to like really succeed in your career, you have to like, you have to learn German skills. You need to have them. Why do you think there's the reason why there are so less CEOs and so less people in higher management positions in Germany compared to like US or UK or something? Because like many foreigners are not like thinking about learning German, because especially the educated foreigners who are going to the universities and stuff. No? Because they're like, yeah, we have studied, we have this master's degree, we have this bachelor's degree. Why do I need to learn German? I can just find a job like that. That is the wrong approach. Okay, Ayman is saying, okay, so Prini already responded. Can you suggest some good companies work with building aerodynamics? Nope, we're too specific again. This is supposed to be your expertise, not mine. If you talk about civil engineering, then you can ask me very gladly. That's not a problem. Does Germany support startup company, or is there any difficulty? So as a foreigner, like you can make GmbHs and stuff, that is fine. But like in general, I think in the starting it's more difficult now, because there's a lot of paperwork involved, and if you don't have a lawyer, like it's definitely more difficult. Ishansh is saying, I got accepted to a few internship and work student options starting January for 6 months. Should I extend my semester and do the thesis next semester, or give priority to my thesis? Do the thesis next semester. Give some tips for applying to mandatory internship. Since I've been applying for past 2 months, I'm getting more rejections. So we'll just come and like enroll in my course. I think you'll be fine. Yeah, seriously. I mean, if you're applying for English, like you're just sending out English applications, just think about writing the cover letter at least in German. No, but that's just one of the parts that you have to focus on. Pitik is saying, do you have any suggestions to find junior front-end developer jobs in Germany, especially? Okay, yeah, like I think the first one to go about is of course like LinkedIn and stuff. And you take a look at the job portals, and from that you start taking a look at what kind of companies are offering these positions and what kind of similar companies you can apply to. Then you have these different kind of associations, different kind of magazines which are focusing to one single field. You can go in that direction, and then you can easily find the stuff too. Harshvardhan is saying, so we are going to take the last 2 questions and then we are done. Almost 6 years of work experience in German B2.2 and studying 3rd semester Masters in Electrical in Brussels. Would it be best to go for internship at industry? I couldn't get the question. Well, is English taught program worth it if we have B1 or B2 German proficiency? Nope, not related to this. So without C1.2, okay. Pujita, internship you might find that shouldn't be such a big problem, but again, like at least you have to like start sending out all of the motivation letters and the cover letters and everything in German. No, English will only take you so far. With C1.2, like that's the main thing. If you're studying more management fields, then you will come across these kind of problems like eventually afterwards. Bhuvan is saying, I heard voluntary internships are hard to find in Germany. Like I have my course of 3rd semester only, and as per the pay guidelines, I will only get minimum wage per month. So does your course help with that? So here's the thing, Bhuvan. The story about, let's say, I'm going to like take this last question and I'm going to like go ahead and like close this webinar now. About the story with the compulsory internships is that government incentivizes businesses so that they're able to offer somebody a compulsory internship. Because think about it, like an internship, a company has to invest their own time, their own money to able to train somebody. So the governments need to give incentive to the businesses so that they are taking those kind of students, right? Because otherwise you're not able to like finish up your studies in those kind of regards. So that's why, I mean, the main focus in the internship shouldn't be money. The main focus in the internship should be bringing value to the company that you're working for. So again, like this is the entire employer mindset. Like you have to like, think about their stuff and like not really think about yours. Like right now it's just an internship. You can be just fine, but if you perform well in the internship, you will get a better job offer afterwards. I tell you, I was talking to one of the friends I had recently, and he was like working for 450 euros per month, like, compulsory internship. But then afterwards he was able to get a very nice package, and like things worked just fine because he performed well in the internship. So that is the story, guys. The Black Friday sale is ending on Sunday night. So we have 150 euros coupon discount on both of the plans. So if you want to take the plan of the intensive coaching, where I'm going to sit down with you and like, coach you every single week through different aspects for job searching, you can like, use it for that. And we also like offer document reviews and support all the way till you get a job in Germany. Or if you also just want to like do more of the things on your own, then you can come for the Kickstarter plan, and you can also like, use the same coupon discount there. Every single week that you wait, the coupon discount is going to keep on decreasing. So people who then enroll till 6th December, it is going to be 100 euros. Then till 13th December, it's going to be 80 euros. 20th December is going to be 60 euros. And then 27th December, it is going to be 40 euros. Now again, one thing I can tell you is like all of these things that I know because I'm on the side of an employer. I have like dealt with the Finanzamt and I've dealt with the Arbeitsamt and everything, getting the permits and everything for my employees and things like that. So I know the pain of that side, and I can tell you more from my side. So yeah, I can tell you more from my side how exactly these things work. So if you want to like enroll in the course, you can go ahead and you can do that. All of the FAQs and everything, they will be